Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Van Noort Arena, home of the maroon and gold tonight. Some men's basketball action in the Great Lakes Invitational. First game of a beautiful Saturday here in Grand Rapids between Marietta and the Hope Flying Dutch. My name's Ryan Schumer, a sophomore on the baseball team here at Calvin University, joined here by my partner, the man, the myth, and the legend, Ryan Shearhart. How we doing tonight, Ryan? A pretty nice Saturday day. Yeah, doing good here. Nice afternoon for some basketball here from Van Noort Arena. Cool to see, a lot of different teams coming out for this invitational here, and excited to get it started on Saturday. Like we said Friday, last night we had a plethora of games of both of these teams, both the Dutch and the Pioneers, falling a little bit short to their respected opponents, so both looking to bounce back here tonight. Yeah, right, and you said it right there, bounce back. Well, obviously we weren't here to see the games with you guys, but the Marietta College men's basketball squad out here, a little bit more of a high-scoring affair than the Hope Dutchmen. So obviously looking for a lot of defense out of the Dutchmen, a lot of offense out of Marietta, really just looking for both teams to come out with energy, come out with passion, and really looking to kind of revenge themselves here at Van Noort Arena. Yeah, definitely, and it should be a competitive game of basketball. Anytime that you bounce back, and especially the Pioneers coming into yesterday undefeated and falling short, taking their first loss of the season, looking to not go back-to-back. And all of these squads here at this invitational, competitive teams, good teams, both looking to make a run in the postseason in their respective conferences. So should be a great night for basketball here from Van Noort Arena. And the Dutch, anytime they play on the floor of the maroon and gold, getting used to the hoops, getting used to the lighting, getting prepared too for that rivalry game. Yeah, you said it right there, Ryan. Getting ready for the rivalry game. Obviously, we're still in some non-conference play here, and both teams still working some things out. Obviously, the Knights falling yesterday as well to the Emory Eagles. So let's see them tonight. If you're joining us and a Knight fan, join us tonight at 7:30 p.m. as they take on St. John's and try to get their first win of the year, first win at home. And finally, folks, we're about 30 seconds out of game time. Just about to turn it over to the PA announcer. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in with us here on the broadcast with Ryan and Ryan. We're so excited to have you on here for an exciting game of basketball. Some pregame preparations here for both of these squads, and turning it over now as the clock hits 0 to our PA announcer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Van Noort Arena here on the campus of Calvin University for Day 2 action at the 7th Annual Great Lakes Invitational Tournament. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. Our first matchup of the day features the Dutchmen of Hope College and the Pioneers of Marietta College. Let's meet the starters for both teams. First, the Pioneers of Marietta. A 6-foot junior, number 1, Jake Singleton. A 6'1" senior, number 2, Diavion Price. A 6'8" senior, number 5, Frank Wagenfeld. A 6'3" senior, number 11, Jack Main. And a 6'4" junior, number 24, Jaden Bradshaw. The Pioneers are coached by John Vanderwall in his 18th season. And now let's meet the home team, the Flying Dutch of Hope College. Number 0, Brady Miller. A 6'3" senior, number 2, Eli Schoonveld. A 6'2" junior, number 10, Justice Mims. A 6'5" sophomore, number 24, Parker Hovey. And a 6'9" senior, number 33, Gabe Quallen. Hope College is coached by Greg Mitchell in his 11th season.
And folks, that'll do it for the starting lineups for the Pioneers of Marietta College. Jake Singleton, Diavion Price, Frank Wagenfeld, Jack Main, and Jaden Bradshaw. And for the Flying Dutchman, Brady Miller, Eli Schoonveld, Justice Mims, Parker Hovey, and Gabe Quallen.
Yeah, if you're the Marietta College Pioneers, you're going to be trying to figure out how to stop Gabe Quillen of the Hope Dutch, who is averaging 17.7 points per game with 8.3 rebounds. And on the flip side of that, the Dutch are going to have to try to figure out how to stop Jaden Bradshaw, coming in and averaging 15.7 here. And we'll see how they look to defend as the tip-off is up and won by the Dutch.
Yeah, really interesting, Ryan. Brady Miller, the freshman, getting things going in the point guard position for the Dutchman. Kicking it over to the corner. Hovey back to Quillen. Quillen thought about it from 3 there for a second. Driving 9 to shoot into the paint. Out and out of bounds. Pioneer basketball, Ryan. A little bit rushed possession there.
Yeah, and that's credit to the Pioneers. Very good defense. Nice rotations there and really rotating over and help defense on that basket cut from Justice Mims, not allowing him to go up with it, making him fall out of bounds and throw up a wild pass.
And a 3-point try. Good for Frank Wagenfeld, getting things going early for the Pioneers. Hovey drive in, travel there. And the Dutch just seem rushed, Ryan, right now.
And 2 great defensive possessions for the Pioneers. Like you said, speeding up the Dutchman on the offensive end and forcing a couple of quick turnovers to travel there and a ball thrown out of bounds in the first possession, and then coming down and knocking a 3 down. That defense feeling that offensive engine.
Yeah, Bradshaw, Ryan, all the way on the other floor now, kicking back out. Wagenfeld doing some work in the paint, up and in. And Wagenfeld doing some work in the paint, doing some behind the arc.
And a quick 5 for the big fella. Coming into play here, averaging 13.7 points per game and 8 rebounds. Gets it done on both the boards and on the offensive end.
Yeah, Ryan doing a good job here on defense as well. A defensive foul called against number 11, Jack Main. Looked to be a little bit of a hold on the cut there, so that'll be our first foul of the game. Could be a crucial element, Ryan. The fouls, the free throws at the end of the half could be big, especially if one of these squads is not able to put it in the hoop very well. And the Dutch, Mims driving with it now, pulls back out, kicking over to the freshman Miller.
And I love this aggressive man-to-man defense here from the Pioneers. I mean, the Dutch unable to get a shot off here for the first few possessions. 3 possessions, 3 turnovers.
Yeah, Ryan, Parker Hovey there stepping out of bounds, and it just feels like they're not comfortable here. They're afraid to take a shot right now.
And I don't even know if it's afraid. I don't even think that's the fact that they're afraid to take a shot. They're just unable to get a shot and get in rhythm and get into system on the offensive end.
And no call there. Price shaking bacon right there with the ball. Mims goes down, turnover there, stolen by Quillen. Mims the other way. And a foul there. Tried to throw it off of Price, but that'll be 2 shots for Mims, and hopefully the Dutchman's first point of this one.
Price, his first, team's second, sends Mims to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, smart foul right there, especially with the Dutchman not able to get anything going on the offensive end rather than just giving him 2, making him earn it at the free throw line here.
Yeah, like you said it right there, Ryan. Smart foul from Price and for the Pioneers as Mims sinks his first one. We have our first substitutions of the game. Number 4 for the Dutchman, Sam Carlson, the senior out of Colorado, coming on into this one. And Mims' second is good, 2 for 2. And we're headed the other way, 5-2 your score right now. Diavion Price heading up the ball, kicks over to Maine. Maine driving back out. Bradshaw trying to get into the paint once again. Maine with it, good defense from Hoovy. Step back jumper, good.
2-pointers.
In the mid-range right there from Maine. Causing some pain right there from the mid-range.
And Ryan, 2 fadeaway shots here from the Pioneers here early on. Definitely have the hot hand early on. Carlson finding Hoovy in, turnover grabbed by Wagenfeld. And Price driving up and under pass.
Wonderful. Oh,
wow.
Almost a good look right there. Just trying to do a little bit too much. The basketball there was Devion Price. But I've been so impressed with this Pioneers defense, Ryan.
Yeah, really impressed with the defense. Really impressed on really both sides of the ball. Obviously there, Price doing a little bit too much. Had the open man, drew the double team to him, and just couldn't find him under the hoop. But definitely moving the ball well around here early and playing a lot of great defense, like you said. Mims thought about a shot there, Ryan. Kicked over Carlson. And up the freshman, Miller, blocked. And a tip in there from number 33, Quillen.
Really good putback there by Quillen. Following that dribble drive. Good take there, too, by the freshman. Going up strong. Brady Miller just unable to finish, but nice follow there to get the quick 2.
Yeah, you said it right there, Ryan. Great finish, but an even better block. And you mentioned that the putback. Not even able to fully grab it, just tipped right off the backboard and in. Just what a wonderful play. And the Dutchmen have the ball once again with Mims. Drive and step back. That'll be off. Offensive rebound for Hoovy. And a foul called on the newly in the game, Landry Pilata.
And a good job there by the Dutchman, getting those second chance opportunities. A couple now an opportunity to earn it for the stripe here for Parker Hovey. But nice job on back-to-back possessions on following the shot, boxing out, getting the offensive rebound, and giving yourself another opportunity. And that's crucial for them right now when nothing's really going within their offense and the offensive end. So just to be able to stick around while they're trying to get into a rhythm offensively, it's very good to have that hustle play and to know that, hey, we might be turning the ball over like crazy, not playing how we want and playing really, really bad basketball, but we can hang with a really good team.
Yeah, Ryan, the offensive rebound, huge momentum shifters. And big for this one, we have a substitution for the Dutchman, number 32, Simon Newhouse, into this one. So a lot of substitutions, only 3.5 minutes into this one. And we'll have Pilata inbound to Price and get things going the other way. The Dutchman clawing the way back there. Let's see if Pioneers can have a response. Newhouse finding Bradshaw there, handoff. Pilata now, 10 seconds to shoot, handoff to Price. Dribble drive, pull up.
Good.
Wow.
Price
These mid-range jump shots, too, that the Pioneers are getting to. Seems like they're just getting to their spot in the mid-range and knocking them down at will.
Yeah, Ryan, the Pioneers from mid-range, very good at pulling off the dribble very clearly. Leading by 2. Paint work here by Quillen, up off the glass and in.
Quillen for 2.
And there was some dominance in the paint there, Ryan, just some brute force.
Big big fella v. big fella right there and getting the job done.
Now Price with it. Dribbling around, thought about a pull-up near the paint, pull-up jumper, and good. And Price continues to bang from mid-range.
And this Pioneer team just getting it into the mid-range and making it hurt.
And really, Price has been doing whatever he pleases with the ball at his hand. And Miller from three, no good off the front of the rim, but offensive rebound blocked. And Ryan, I don't know about that one.
It's called on the play.
That looked a lot of ball there from number 24, Jaden Bradshaw.
Yeah, that was just a really bad call.
Brings us to our first media timeout.
An immediate timeout here. Something very new to Division III basketball, Ryan. Our very first year of media timeouts, but we'd love to have the opportunity to come talk to you guys a little bit more. But really, Ryan, what are you seeing from both these squads? Obviously, the Pioneers pulling up from mid-range, banging from mid-range, and a lot of great defense on their end.
I'll tell you what, when you can get that mid-range jump shot going and can get to your spot on either elbow and in the paint, 2 feet in the paint, and just rise up and knock down those shots at a high percentage at a high clip, it's one of the prettiest things in all of basketball. The Marietta College Pioneers are putting on a clinic on how to score the basketball in the mid-range right now and getting to that spot at will, pump fake and stepping through, knocking down jump shots and just rising up over defenders and finishing. And it's really, really pretty basketball to watch. And on the flip side of that, it's impressive that the score is only 11-7 right now. The Dutchmen are doing a great job of getting offensive rebounds and just kind of forcing their will, earning opportunities at the free throw line, getting the put back there that we saw from Gabe Quillen, but they are not getting anything going offensively. They're not prioritizing possession and taking care of the basketball, and they're still within 4 here. They're a couple shots away. It's a 2-possession game right now, so that's props to them, but they got to get it going, got to take care of the basketball and get into rhythm offensively and get into it fast. And an opportunity to draw it and make it a 1-possession game here at the free throw line is another gift.
And right now, number 4, Sam Carlson, at the line for the Dutchman. You know, we talked about this, not a great foul call. You know, we didn't agree with that one. Underneath the hoop, a lot of ball there from Jaden Bradshaw. Carlson, first, good, and now we're down to the, like you said it, Ryan, 1-possession game here.
Right?
And a lot of action so far, and only 5 minutes of basketball played. And Carlson, 2 for 2 from the line. The Dutchman doing a really good job from behind the stripe so far. Price kicks over to Darius Carden, entering the game, finds Pallotta in the paint, driving, hook shot just off the rim in the backboard.
And nicely defended there, too.
Pulls down the rebound, foul
from Gabe Quillen, rising up with him, not fouling, making that hook shot, giving a little bit of disruption on the defensive end, and coming down with the rebound and drawing the foul. And the Pioneers are going to have to chill out a little bit here with 14:41 still to play, and they already got 5 fouls. They're 2 fouls away from the bonus, and then we're shooting the other way for the Dutch, and the Dutch have scored at a high clip already from the free throw line.
Yeah, Ryan, we talked about it, and the Dutch just stepping out once again, turnover after turnover.
Steps on the line.
Just kind of gifts for
Marietta basketball.
The Pioneers right now, and you said it right there, really. The Dutch scoring half of their points from the free throw line so far. One more foul and you get automatic free throws. So
yeah, and it's not very often that you got more turnovers than points and you're still in a 1-possession basketball game. So that's a good bright spot here for the Dutchmen. They're playing probably as bad of a first 6 minutes here of basketball that they could, and they've turned the ball over at a higher clip than they are scoring it, and they're still right here in this game neck and neck.
All right, both of these teams in a little bit of a scoring drought now. Gabe Quillen steps out for Kyle Block, the freshman out of Boulder, Colorado.
And
checking back in, Frank Wagenfeld. And Brady Miller, the freshman, will get things going. The Grand Rapids native for the Dutchman. Newhouse kicking over back to Miller. Newhouse looking to the paint, finds the freshman Block. Block double team, driving back out, swinging over to the corner, 10 to shoot. Miller back in. block driving up off the glass. A little bit too hard, rebound.
And you got to finish those. I mean, goodness, getting the basketball inside there. Did well to beat a defense that was rotating, got the ball inside, pounded it inside, but you got to finish those bunnies.
Yeah, you got to finish anything under the hoop there, Ryan. Just a little bit too hard off the glass and not able to find it. Carden driving, 8 to shoot. Wagenfeld, hook shot, way short. Grabbed by the Dutchman, number 11, Josh Decker.
Threw up a prayer there, and it was not answered.
Yeah, not answered, and Decker, kind of some of the same. Air ball, offensive rebound. Miller slowing things down, 10 to shoot. Newhouse to Carlson. Carlson guarded by Flood. Back to Newhouse. Newhouse across to Miller. Shot clock expiring. Off the rim. Offensive board once again. Finally poked away, and we'll have
and a good,
out of bounds here.
Good hustle there from Brady Miller to go track that ball down.
Into the game
get that offensive rebound, give the Dutchman another possession here. And although his shot's been off, he's missed a couple ones that usually would have fallen for him. Good to see that the effort's still there from the freshman, the hustle.
Yeah, the effort's still there, the confidence still there. That's the big key, Ryan. A lot of times when the shots are not falling, the confidence falls, but definitely not so as Miller from 3 again, just misses. And Maine with the rebound. Flood goes the other way. He pulls from behind the arc, and 3 is good.
And a good knockdown in transition. Love to see him rise up in transition and knock down the triple.
Ball's spinning a little bit weird off of Flood's hand.
Oh, good pass.
Underneath, wow.
What a feed there. Beautiful vision from Decker to find the big fella underneath.
Yeah, the senior making his court awareness known. And spinning, Wagenfeld goes up. That'll be the foul, and the first foul on the Dutchman the entirety of the first half. Now it'll be given out to Kyle Block, the freshman.
That's Blah.
Jaden Bradshaw coming back into this one, as well as a couple of Dutchmen. And then another media timeout here in Van Noord Arena at the 12-minute mark. Have another minute to talk about some things, but not too much scoring since our last media timeout, Ryan. A lot of shots not falling for both of these squads, and not as many pull-up mid-range jumpers here on out from the Pioneers.
No, but the Dutchmen are doing a better job of getting the basketball inside. We see him get it in a little bit to Kyle Block there underneath. You know, missed that easy one, but was able to finish that second one off a really nice feed from Josh Decker. So if they can just continue to feed the big fellas underneath and pass the ball around and watch that open up to where that big fella can kind of just cut in front, seal his defender, and just rise up there and put it off the square for an easy 2, I think they're going to be successful in the offensive end.
And as soon as they start having those opportunities on the inside, the outside behind the arc opens up. The three-point shots obviously not falling early on for Brady Miller, the freshman, but as soon as that hot hand heats up and a lot more open opportunities from 3, I could see a lot more scoring for this Dutchman offense, and maybe a little bit of taking the lead and extending that lead if that is able to happen. And we're getting things going with a number 5, Frank Wagenfeld. 2 shots from behind the stripe. Wagenfeld's first. Good from the stripe.
Wagenfeld hits the first of 2 shots.
Very interesting, Ryan, the Dutchman. Only 1 foul up to this point.
Yeah, they haven't played a lot of aggressive defense. Here, they definitely have some room to improve on the physical aspect.
And you said it right there, Ryan.
Pretty floater.
Eli Schoonfeld. And the senior able to knock down the floater. Some easy 2 points there for both of these squads. Is 44, Ryan Maggle. the senior floats up and in, and both teams not coming out of the media timeout with a bunch of great defense. Uvi finding Jared Rigg, looking inside corner.
Good extra pass.
Wide open, nothing but net.
And that's a pretty extra pass there from Josh Decker. Could have gone up with it on his own, but found the shooter in the corner and able to knock it down was Parker Hovey.
Wow, Ryan, beautiful stroke there. A 2-point game here, more substitutions. Mims and Carlson back into this one.
Sam Carlson.
Checking out, and a very quick opportunity there for Jared Rigg, the freshman. Getting a very nice assist there on the last possession at the point guard position. Flood now driving, kicks back out to Wagenfeld. Good from the top of the key, and he's 2 for 2 from 3, Ryan.
Man, that stroke's so pretty when he catches it in stride like that and lets it fly.
Uvi, turnover to Flood. Flood's got an opportunity, pass off, and Wagenfeld up, fouled. And Ryan, I thought we were about to see a tomahawk dunk there from Wagenfeld.
Yeah, definitely was going up for it, but the Dutch picking up their second team foul here. Smart foul, making them earn it at the stripe.
Yeah, I totally agree, Ryan. Smart foul, having an opportunity from the stripe once again is Wagenfeld. He hits his first 6-point game here in Van Noort Arena, almost halfway through half number 1. Wagenfeld 4 for 4 from the line right now. 7-point game, Mims finding Carlson. Decker guarded closely by Magel. A little bit of miscommunication here from the Dutch.
Another turnover. You got to take care of the basketball.
And this is where I could see the Pioneers really pulling away, Ryan. The shooting getting hot. The turnovers continuing for the Dutch, and a nice feed. And up and in, and one.
Bradshaw.
And a nice basket caught there by Jaden Bradshaw, who was quiet with it. Flashed and was open and sealed his defender right underneath, and an excellent find to get him underneath where he could just go up with it, get fouled, and one.
Yeah, great backdoor cut there from Jaden Bradshaw. And one opportunity here to extend this into double-digit lead. And Bradshaw good from the line. 26-16. And very quick points here from the Pioneers. Mims over to Quillen. Carlson driving, kicks back over to Decker. Decker to Carlson. Mims driving, fouled from Flood.
Foul called on the play. That's
reach
0.
In. That'll be 6 for the Pioneers.
First foul, team 6th.
And Ryan, no more fouls to give so far for the Pioneers. Still 10 minutes to play. Decker pull-up jumper, step back, no good. And a foul there on Mims. Jaden Bradshaw going up for the rebound.
Foul on the play.
And you know, Jaden Bradshaw, only 6 feet 4 inches tall, but playing like a big fella, like we saw there underneath. Banging with the bigs, getting a finish and one. And then down here, jumping up with the big fellas, grabbing that rebound and drawing yet another foul.
Yeah, really the best of both worlds. You got
Sam Newhouse.
Bradshaw very fast on one end, but also tall enough where he can compete with the big fellas down low. And Danny Flood getting things going, bringing the ball up the floor. Bradshaw calling for it. Screen there from Wagenfeld. Flood driving, step back, block there from Miller. Picks it back up. No good from Flood. The freshman rejecting Flood on the attempted step back. Miller with it. Double team, pass over. Dutchman finding inside to the paint, kick back out to number 4, Carlson. And off the front of the rim, Offensive rebound, kick back to the big man Quillen off the glass and in.
And we need to see more of that for the Dutchman, is just pounding the basketball inside, getting these big fellas going downhill and looking at the hoop and facing the hoop and an opportunity to go up and score, because, man, these outside shots are not falling.
And if you're the Pioneers, Ryan, you got to stop giving the Dutchman second chance opportunities. Pull-up jumper, offensive board, kick out to Bradshaw. Back out to Flood from three. Good from deep
downtown.
at the top of the key. And wow, this Marietta College team hot here midway through half number one. Quillen driving back out to Miller. Miller to Hoovy off the front of the rim. Bradshaw driving in transition. They got numbers. Flood up, blocked by number 24, Parker Hoovy. And we're going the other way. Hoovy block, kicks back out to Newhouse, up off the front of the rim. And a rebound, some sloppy basketball, but some big time plays from both of these squads. No points in the basket as Flood slows things up. Wagenfeld passing in to Main, up, and that'll be a foul. 2 shots for Jack Main, the senior.
Yeah, nice job there by Main, just to get that ball going downhill and just attack the paint right there and get himself an opportunity to earn 2 from the free throw line.
And another media timeout. 29-18 your score. Marietta College Pioneers leading by 11, Ryan, and a little bit of hot hands shooting, and the Pioneers doing a lot better job of not fouling the Dutch. Only 1 foul in the past 5 or so minutes, so doing a really good job at that, not giving the Dutchmen free points. You need to do a little bit better job at boxing out on there and stop giving them secondhand opportunities. Folks, just about 30 seconds left, and Ryan really excited for the song, the YMCA here in Van Noort Arena.
Stay at the YMCA. YMCA.
And Ryan's favorite song here in the booth. Always requesting it over here. And
YMCA. YMCA.
And you know, usually it's a little bit later in the game until the sound bursts and caves on the YMCA song, but first half action for the YMCA.
You know, I'm hoping the YMCA makes an appearance in the second half. I mean, I'm looking down there at Jason Fosse, who's in charge of the tunes, and I'm saying I want to run it back in the second half.
And I'm sure the fans at home would love to see and to hear that, Ryan. And Jack Main, the Winter Garden, Florida native, knocks down his first one, extending the lead to 12. Main a little bit of a fake out. Second try, good. The Pioneers doing a really good job from the line so far. Price back into this one for Marietta College. Almost a turnover for the Dutch. Backdoor cut, kick out for number 4, Carlson, no good. Offensive rebound again. Backdoor cut for Carlson, up and under, no good. Offensive board. Quillen up off the glass and in.
For 2.
Wow, it's been an embarrassing offensive performance here from the Dutchman to start this game.
And you said it right there, Ryan. Embarrassing offensive performance. And really, the only opportunities they've had are coming from offensive rebounds and from the free throw line. Pilata spinning, trying to drive. 10 seconds to shoot. Bradshaw, 8 to shoot. Price, screen, driving, step back, jumper. Almost good. And Bradshaw working with Pilata, trying to get the offensive rebound. Quillen down on the other side. Kick out to the corner for 3. No good.
Build me a house. Goodness.
Yeah, the try there from Neil Imey. No good, and continued brick shots there for the Dutch. Bradshaw from 3. Good!
Bradshaw.
And wow, this Marietta Pioneers team cannot miss right now. Quillen now guarded closely, tipped away.
Ball
And that'll be
bounds. Last touch by
Marietta College basketball.
Although Bradshaw hitting there, just a second field goal we've seen out of him. Had the and one earlier in the half, and then there knocking down the triple. Only 6 for him. A little low for his average.
Yeah, definitely a little low for his average, but heating up.
Parker.
He is, as he's still on the floor. A few substitutions for the Dutchman. Schoonfeld back in this one, as well as number 24, Parker Hoovey. Brady Miller, the freshman, finding Hovey. And a reach-in foul on.
Of the Pioneers.
And now we're going to shoot some free throws here into the bonus.
That's
you said it right there, Ryan. Pilata on the foul, his first on the evening. And one thing that Dutchmen have got to be careful of is they do have a few players with 2 fouls on this one. Still 6 minutes left to play, so Sam Carlson, one of the few as he checks out. 2 fouls up to this point. Obviously a third foul, and he's done for half number 1. Parker Hovey, good. 2 for 2 from behind the line. 12-point lead right now is Diavion Price. Get things rolling for the Pioneers. Drive in, kick back out to Wagenfeld.
Another one.
Good. And wow, Ryan, he cannot miss. 3 for 3.
Is somebody going to guard the trailer? Because I don't think so.
And wow, Ryan, big man can do it all. Underneath, behind the arc. And nothing but net from.
And a quick first half 14 there. An efficient first half 14 from the big fella.
Yeah, Ryan, the senior out of Oregon, Ohio, making his presence known. And definitely loving it from the top of the key. Diavion Price getting things going once again. 15-point lead, driving to Pilata. Pilata driving.
Gabe Quillen's just lost right now.
At pull-up, jumper, bang! Oh my, Ryan!
Yeah, this Pioneer team can shoot, but man, we got to make some adjustments on the defensive end for the Hope College Dutchman, because Quillen is lost in transition trying to guard Frank Wagenfeld right now as he's just knocking down open looks. And then we're not at help defense, and right there again, knocking down another jumper.
Yeah, right.
The Pioneers.
Jake Singleton, a fading right jumper. And almost a shot that you would have thought would have been taken as the shot clock was expiring, but no. Wide open look, fading away from the hoop, and nothing but net from number 1, the junior.
And when you're hot, you're hot. And that's exactly what this Pioneers team is.
And the Dutchmen take their first timeout of half number 1. 18-point lead here for the Pioneers of Marietta College. And all their shooters right now doing a very good job. Mid-range, behind the arc, from the free throw line, putting together all the pieces right now for a very good game. Still 5 minutes left to play in half number 1. Something to note though, Ryan, the Dutchmen are in that bonus, so Pioneers got to stay careful on this defensive half.
Yeah, it's been to this point too that the Dutchmen just don't take care of the basketball. So they haven't even really needed to play defense there. Good possession. Hopefully that continues for the Dutchmen, but we haven't seen hardly any of that here in the first 15 minutes of the half.
Yeah, Ryan, not a lot of hard defense. Wagenfeld thought about it. Kicking over to Price. Price driving, floater, way long.
You got to give that basketball back to Frank Wagenfeld right there. If you're Price on the floater there, just
Brady Miller.
Dip that over to Wagenfeld, who was kind of fading there over towards the wing corner area. He's hot, feed him the ball.
Yeah, I agree, Ryan. Brady Miller able to get it. Bradshaw. Good.
So smooth in the mid-range are these Pioneers, and Bradshaw coming right along there, rising up in stride, taking that shot with some confidence. That was pretty.
Yeah, Ryan Bradshaw also hot from the field as he's up to 8 points so far Backdoor cut from Quillen. Off. Thought about a dunk, just a lay in.
Nice
there
job
for
there
Quillen.
by Quillen. Staying on 2 feet, pump faking, letting the shot defender go by and finishing with the left hand. That was pretty there from Quillen.
Yeah, very good looking. And Wagenfeld passing into Pilata, reaching, foul call.
Foul on the play.
On number 33. Gabe Quillen, the senior.
Gabe Quillen, his first, team 6th. Media timeout.
Yeah, and that's the second there on Quillen. And man, Quillen just looked lost defensively.
Yeah, he's been having a rough time in there. Obviously, the Hope College Dutchmen having to defend all over the floor right now. And with their resources spread out from the three-point line to in the paint, definitely a hard task to do when the Marietta College are very physical in the paint.
Yeah, and the Dutchman right there switched. You know, Quillen was guarding the hot hand of Frank Wagenfeld, and Wagenfeld was just taking him to school on the outside. He couldn't step up because he knows Wagenfeld had that quick first step and could get around him with ease. And then Wagenfeld made it hurt in transition as the trailer in the paint. And then they switched him off down low and picking up his second foul there on the reach. Just absolutely lost defensively.
Yeah, Ryan, a big man that can do both is a very, very dangerous big man. Wagenfeld, 6'9", banging from 3 underneath. Anywhere you put him, he's making the shots right now. So a dangerous opportunity, and really the Pioneers have got to continue to feed Wagenfeld. And the junior Jaden Bradshaw, both of them hot from the field so far.
They're gonna leave Wagenfeld out there after the foul. But to his credit, Wagenfeld has been getting it done. The leading scorer of the Dutch, both overall in the season and here tonight.
And pull-up jumper, and one from Jaden Bradshaw.
Good by Bradshaw.
Ridiculous,
Wow.
ridiculous move right there from Bradshaw, rising up, knocking it down.
Number 4,
and one is second, and one opportunity here.
I mean, it feels like anything they throw up is going in the hoop, Ryan. Wow, and Bradshaw, an opportunity for a three-point play, extending this one possibly to 17. And Bradshaw good for the three-point play. And just an absolutely dirty fadeaway off the inbound. Miller to Quillen. Over to Decker. Backdoor cut. Plays it on the ground. Three-point try. Good.
Decker
from number 11, Josh Decker, the senior.
And not the way the Dutchman drew it up, but the old roll pass to the three-pointer, knocking it down.
And you know what? Getting it done right now, the Dutchman will take anything they can get. Cutting this lead to 14. Pull-up jumper just off the rim. Bradshaw,
wow, what an offensive rebound. Nobody was looking and paying attention, and Bradshaw said, thank you very much.
And another pull-up just off the back of the hoop there from Singleton. Thought he was going to hit that one again. Miller driving against Price. Lay off the hoop. And
Miller
in. And Miller,
2.
Ryan, very impressive from the freshman so far. Quick to the hoop.
Yeah, and maybe that bucket inside right there from Miller, seeing one go through, might get his shot touch going on the offensive end. And look, anything you can do, I can do better, says Jake Singleton as he knocks it down from deep. The little fella is now getting involved.
Yeah, Ryan, really like the confidence out of all these guys here today. Maybe not hitting their first shot of the night, but continuing to pull from range as we see an opportunity there for the Dutchman. No good, but that one was from downtown. And Price is headed the other way. Feeding inside to Maine. Made handoff to Bradshaw. Fadeaway jumper. Just missing there from Bradshaw.
A little heat check there from Bradshaw.
And I believe that's Bradshaw's first miss on the evening.
Yeah, he's been scoring the basketball at such an efficient rate.
And Quillen now poked away there from Price. Thought he was going to have an open look at the basket. And Price driving. Gets it poked away, back out to Bradshaw. Bradshaw in the corner. Over to the hot hand of Wagenfeld. Singleton slowing things up, 14 to shoot. Hand off to Price. 8 to shoot. Pull-up jumper from the top of the key.
Bang!
Pointer, Price.
Gosh, Diavion Price, nothing but net.
These boys can shoot it.
And Price.
Oh, nice move.
It's around by Miller, just off the glass, and you got to make those.
I tell you what, it's been such a rough night offensively for the Dutch.
Oh, wow. And Jaden Bradshaw making a man miss. Wow.
Taken by Marietta.
And just like that, in a blink of the eye, the Dutchmen are down 20 and looking well on their way to their second loss of this Invitational.
And Ryan, that is just disrespectful from the Marietta College Pioneers. And if you're a Dutchman, you got to wake up, man. The defense not there, the offense isn't there. You're not hitting shots from underneath in the paint, and you're clearly not hitting from behind the arc.
And I'll tell you what, man, this Hope College Dutchman team is a very talented squad, a program with a lot of tradition, a lot of history, and this has just been the exact opposite of the way we know they can perform, the way we know they're capable of performing. And I guarantee you, head coach Greg Mitchell is not happy and is going to have some choice words for his squad when they're going into the locker room here after an embarrassing performance on their rivals' floor.
Yeah, Ryan, you said it right there. Definitely having some words with his squad, trying to find a way here. A minute 15 left in the first half. Both teams sitting at 7 fouls apiece, so any foul send somebody to the free throw line, but the Dutch have got to get something offensively going. Obviously, you're never going to cut this lead down to something manageable, but get some offense going, get some momentum going here. And a substitution here is Jack Haas, the senior, back in as he kicks over to Hovey.
And I'll tell you what, too, this is a top 25 team in the country that's down 20 points. So, I mean, that's credit to the Pioneers. The Dutch coming into play ranked 23rd in the last ranking. So credit to the Pioneers for putting on a show and showing that, hey, we can play with anyone and we can bang with the best, and we are one of the best teams in the country.
And Pilata. And now Jaden Bradshaw getting fouled. A one-on-one opportunity here from the line. And Bradshaw, good from the stripe. 21-year lead, and I know we love some replay here in the booth too. Maybe get a little monitor going like the newly renovated soccer stadium out at Zidema Field.
Yeah, Coach Vanderwall wants some replay. So if any of you guys want to donate to Van Ord Arena, get us a replay. Help Coach Vanderwall out wants to watch it back. I mean, I'd like to watch it back of Bradshaw making the defender fall and taking it to the hoop.
Yeah, a lot of great plays that I would love to watch back. I'm sure I'll have to click on the YouTube link after this one. And shot clock, game clock, 10-second differential. Pull up from three. Gabe Quillen, good. And the big man show here at Van Ord Arena today.
And I tell you what, that move earlier from Bradshaw might end up on the Ryan and Ryan TikTok.
Yeah, wow. What a move there from Jaden Bradshaw. And Flood dribbling things out, 10 seconds to shoot. Maybe a little late start, Pilata. Screen, pull back, jumper, no good. And a rebound there for Jack Main to end the half, and Flood just missing.
Hope College 36,
and folks,
Marietta.
Stay tuned here as we go into halftime. Gonna have a little opportunity from you guys to hear from the D3 Datacast with our own Jeff Phoebus, a little bit of interview, good opportunity to hear about both of these squads as well as the Calvin Knights and some other things happening around D3 basketball. So we're going to turn it over to Jeff Phoebus and the D3 Datacast for a little bit of an interview to update you guys on all things D3 basketball.
All right, so as the two Ryans there mentioned, we are joined by Ryan Whitnable, who is the director of this Great Lakes Invitational, and it's great to have you here, Ryan. You are from the Marietta, Ohio area, I believe. So, I mean, just tell us a little bit about your background and how you got this Invitational together. It's not the first rodeo for this tournament.
Yeah, no, as you said, I grew up in the Marietta area and kind of been around Marietta College basketball my whole life, and ended up going to school over there and really enjoyed my time, and that kind of coincided with the rise in the Marietta College program. And shortly after graduating, kind of conceived the idea for this event and had the first one there in 2017, and have been kind of taking it around the region, the Midwest ever since.
And next year, it's going kind of out east, I think, Pittsburgh area there, Washington, Jefferson, or?
Yeah, first time having it in Pennsylvania in the eastern part of Region 7. So we'll be at Washington and Jefferson, just south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, another really good field of teams next year. And that'll be the 8th event, and really excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do you go about contacting the schools, matching them up, and getting the coaches on board to be a part of your tournament?
Yeah, luckily it's gotten a little easier over the years as the tournament's kind of grown, but it's an inexact science of trying to get a feel for teams that are going to be in a good position a couple of years ahead. There's some programs, of course, like Calvin and a lot of the programs here that you can just rely on to be consistent on a year-to-year basis. But it's a little bit of a mix of those dependable programs and some teams on the rise, and just trying to get that science of getting the 8 teams there that the year that they want to be there and think it's going to be a good year for them. Sure.
Well, and you talked about Marietta, of course, which is close to your heart. They've really had a great run, and it's under John Vanderwall, who longtime people in the MIAA are very familiar with, because he was a fine player at Albion College in the late 90s, early 2000s, and he's done a tremendous job as head coach of Marietta, hasn't he?
Yeah. When you look at where that program was before John was hired in 2007, really struggled for several decades, and the life that he's breathed into this program has really just breathed life into the community as a whole. And they had that breakout year in 2010, 2011, that Sweet 16 run, and they haven't really stopped since, and they've become one of the most consistent programs every year across the D3 landscape. And I know he's excited to be back in his home area. He's got a lot of family here that still lives in the Grand Rapids area, so it's kind of a homecoming for him.
Absolutely. Your thoughts on yesterday's games? We had 4. Maybe the last game might have been the most competitive of the 4, Kelvin and Emory, but a lot of really good talent out there. Kind of seemed like one team got the upper hand kind of early on, much of what we're seeing here in this game right now, Marietta and Hope. Just what did you see out there?
Yeah, I think the first 3 games we saw 3 teams really come out and have just extraordinary performances.
Yeah.
I had hoped when we put the pairing competitive games all day, and it didn't work out that way until the nightcap last night. I look at the calendar today, and I think we may be in for some good ones here later in the day, but yeah, this is night and day. Marietta yesterday was on the bad end of a unbelievable shooting performance yesterday from lacrosse, and here they are shooting, over 80% from 3 here today. So it's a tale of two games, and it's a different weekend, and hopefully we get some good ones here later in the day.
Yeah, and you never know. This arena can be a tough one to shoot in for teams that are coming in here for the first time, because it's bigger, it's spacious, different shooting backgrounds, and sometimes teams struggle with it. And I've also seen, like we did yesterday, teams come in for the first time and shoot the lights out. You never quite know what to expect.
Yeah, but I think it's important. I think teams that have the aspirations of getting to the Final Four and being in that national title mix, when you get to Fort Wayne, it's an 8,000 seat open arena. So this is a great weekend to prep for that type of environment. You're going to play 2 competitive games back to back, so it really mirrors the NCAA tournament that we'll see here as we get into March.
So final thing, you've got the top row up there with kind of like that swarm of D3 experts. You got the D3 DataCast, the Snyders, and Bob Quillman with the QCast, D3 Direct, and a few others. What's it like to kind of get everybody together and just, talk D3 hoops and spend the weekend together, talking about things?
Yeah, we've become a tight-knit group over the years, and we spend so much of the year talking on over Zoom and on Twitter. It's really nice for us to get together. We've kind of used this tournament as a kind of a meeting place in the beginning part of the year to all get together, watch great games, and kind of have some takes. And I think the fans and I think the players really enjoy seeing those guys here. And we love just promoting this level. The D3 landscape kind of gets lost sometimes in the main sports environment with Division I and the pros, and we really think that the programs and the student athletes and the coaches are really special at this level, and we love just promoting them.
Well, I think it's Jair Knight from Emory last night. Boy, that's as good of a performance as I have seen inside this facility, and it opened in 2009. He's a special player, isn't he?
Special player. We were talking last night with Coach Zimmerman after the game. He could legitimately start and be a factor for half of Division I programs in the country.
That's what I was thinking as a Calvin person.
Yeah, I think he's a special player, and he's certainly on a short list, I think, when we're talking about National Players of the Year at the end of the year.
Yeah, no question about it. And he's a Midwest guy from Elyria, Ohio, if I can spit that one out. Always comes off the tongue a little funny there. Kind of the Cleveland area, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So making his way down to Emory and doing some great things. So, well, you're doing some great things, putting this invitational together. Really appreciate you stopping by, and look forward to a few more games today. And, of course, that tournament continuing down the road. Thanks for all you do.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for hosting it this year and all the help and partnering with me on it. And looking forward for the rest of the day and, of course, next year as well.
Absolutely. Very good. That's Ryan Whitnable, the director of the Invitational that we are hosting, the Great Lakes Invitational this weekend, and they'll have it again next year out at Washington Jefferson College. Looking forward to that. And we'll take a little break and then be back with the start of the second half. Thanks again, Ryan.
Thank you.
Where will the next revolutionary idea come from? That next breakthrough in scientific research? At Calvin University, you can dream bigger, think deeper, aim higher. Our world-class faculty push students to keep asking hard questions and never settle for the status quo. Become part of a university that challenges students to go beyond as Christ's agents of renewal in the world. Calvin University, go.
Other financial institutions may do a couple things well, but in our experience over the past decade, Lake Michigan Credit Union has done all of the things well.
LMCU has been there for every stage of my life.
I don't think I'd be in the same position if it wasn't connected to LMCU.
I know where my money is. I know what I can spend. I know what I'm able to do.
And that's an amazing experience to have. In terms of customer service, LMCU is top-notch. You're not going to find a better place to bank.
Applied Innovation is excited to celebrate more than 35 years of helping our customers grow. Starting as a printer, copier, and fax dealer, Applied has evolved into a complete office technology provider to include managed IT services and workflow automation.
What sets Applied apart is really our why. That's at our core, a passion for service, for people, for business. If we're at service to one another, then we can take great care of the customer. Happy people take great care of customers, and we just happen to sell technology.
The best part of grad school would be the connections that you make, not only with your cohort, but with the professors as well.
I felt very supported, and I don't feel alone in the program.
I just really feel like each individual in the program gets a relationship with the professors in a different way that's meaningful to them and is more geared to them.
I'm a grad student at Calvin University. Yay! Okay.
At Calvin, our faith in God and pursuit of excellence drives us. Our new soccer stadium reflects that commitment, offering a premier space for our student athletes to compete on and off the field. Whether you're an athlete, a summer camper, or a spectator, join our community of Knights at Calvin University.
Mosquitoes outnumber humans by like 1,000,000 to 1. So who are you giving your blood to? The humans or the mosquitoes? It's us versus them. And I think they're winning. So donate blood with Versity Blood Center of Michigan today.
Other financial institutions may do a couple things well, but in our experience over the past decade, Lake Michigan Credit Union has done all of the things well.
LMCU has been there for every stage of my life.
I don't think I'd be in the same position if it wasn't connected to LMCU.
I know where my money is. I know what I can spend. I know what I'm able to do.
And that's an amazing experience to have. In terms of customer service, LMCU is top-notch. You're not going to find a better place to bank.
Mosquitoes outnumber humans by like 1,000,000 to 1. So who are you giving your blood to? The humans or the mosquitoes? It's us versus them. And I think they're winning. So donate blood with Versity Blood Center of Michigan today.
Today's broadcast is sponsored by Capital and Risk Management Services. Since 1987, Capital and Risk Management Services has supported Knight Nation's financial and risk management needs with strategic solutions for a secure tomorrow. Reach out to Russ Fausing today at 312-458-4523.
This year has definitely changed my world. I'm making an impact here. It feels good to know every day that I'm growing in my abilities that I love, which is film, and I'm also growing as a believer in faith.
I'm really thankful that I was able to do work in my field during school, at school, and that has given me the confidence to move forward with doing my own independent work and getting to put my foot in that door before I even graduate. I don't think I would have found elsewhere.
Applied Innovation is excited to celebrate more than 35 years of helping our customers grow. Starting as a printer, copier, and fax dealer, Applied has evolved into a complete office technology provider to include managed IT services and workflow automation.
We create an environment here at Applied that is such a wonderful one that when one of our employees gets in front of you, it just permeates from them how much they enjoy their work. And when somebody really enjoys their work, the service delivery that you get is going to be an amazing experience.
This is the Gainey Track and Field Complex. There are innovative features that set Calvin's facilities apart from other universities. First, the space joins a small number of dedicated track and field facilities in NCAA Division III. This means that we don't share with football, lacrosse, soccer, any other team. Our throwing facility is adjacent to the main track. Everything is right here in one location. It's all about track and field all the time.
I love the NABE Scholarship Program because I just love how personal these scholarships are for the alumni and for the students. Being a student who grew up in foster care and then getting a scholarship for students who were in foster care and being able to connect with that donor and see the love and the passion that they have for me and being able to resonate with me and what I've gone through. God opened doors that I didn't even know were there. I'm at Calvin and my legacy is starting here.
Today's broadcast is sponsored by Capital and Risk Management Services. Since 1987, Capital and Risk Management Services has supported Knight Nation's financial and risk management needs with strategic solutions for a secure tomorrow. Reach out to Russ Fausing today at 312-458-4523.
Welcome back to Van Noort Arena for the Great Lakes Invitational. Some second half action between the Hope Flying Dutchmen and the Marietta College Pioneers. Ryan, a wonderful first half from the Pioneers. Looking at the stat sheet now in front of us, 9 for 11 from three-point tries. Unreal. And just a hot hand team from the Pioneers here early on. And only 2 turnovers to the Dutchmen's 8. Crazy.
Yeah, and I think the real difference in this game has been the three-point shooting. Similar in the attempts taken, 11 for the Pioneers and 12 for the Dutchmen. The Dutchmen shooting at a clip of 3 for 12, just 25% from the line, only converting behind the three-point line 3 times. But on the flip side of that, the Pioneers shooting 81.8% from behind the arc, shooting at an absurd rate from behind the arc, converting on 9 of 11 attempts.
Yeah, also looking at it, both teams shooting really well from the free throw line. Marietta 10 for 10, the Dutchmen 7 for 8, so the free points going both ways. Looking forward for the Pioneers to foul a little bit less, hopefully not get the Dutchmen into that bonus, continue giving them free points. But other than that, Ryan, you gotta keep control of the ball if you're the Hope Dutchmen. You cannot give free points, free turnovers to the Marietta College Pioneers. And the one more thing, Ryan, 8 offensive rebounds for the Dutchmen. You gotta keep that consistent. You gotta keep getting second chance opportunities if you're not converting on offense and you're not helping yourself on the defensive end.
Yeah, and like we talked about too, in that first half, I mean, 8 turnovers for the Dutch. I mean, a brutal mark. I mean, a 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio in that first half for them, so an absolutely brutal ratio. And on the flip side of that, well done by Marietta and taking care of the basketball. Only 2 turnovers.
Yeah, only 2 turnovers, huge, especially when shooting the ball at such a high clip. Early pull there from Jack Main is good, and they'll get things going right where they left off in the first half. Brady Miller, the freshman, bringing things up for the Dutchman, guarded by Price. Step back, mid-range, way long. Rebound from Maine. De'Avion Price with it. Pass off to Bradshaw.
And Miller's shooting woes continued. Shooting 2 for 8 now, 25% from the field.
Yeah, Ryan. And big man, foul there as Wagenfeld goes up with that one and a wraparound. Called him number 2, Eli Schoonfeld, the senior. And really, Frank Wagenfeld, the senior, been doing everything all over the floor here tonight. Going inside, really working the paint, working the post. There you just saw it, and really just shooting at what a high percentage there from behind the arc as he hits 11 for 11 for the squad here of the Marietta College Pioneers. Wagenfeld 3 for 3 from behind the arc and 4 for 6 in total. And his second try here, good, 6 for 6 from the stripe. And he's up to 16 points here in Van Noort Arena. Quick foul, number 24, Jaden Bradshaw. And Ryan, we talked about it. The Marietta College Pioneers have got to stay out of that region where they pick up a bunch of fouls early. That was kind of really where they gave the Dutchmen a lot of points early into that first half.
I'll tell you what, though, whatever they're doing right now, it's working. I mean, the Dutch have more air balls this half to start than points.
Very true, Ryan. And Miller goes up again, throws it off the backboard, and just got hit on the wrist. He'll shoot 2 from the line. Trying to cut down this 23-point lead. And wow, Ryan, some high scores for both of these squads. Number 33, Gabe Quillen for the Dutchman with 13. Wagenfeld for Marietta College with 16. And Bradshaw with 15 as well for the Pioneers. Definitely some hot hands, and Miller knocks down both. Cutting the deficit to 21. Price guarded by Mims now. Kicks over top of the key, try, good from Jack Maine.
And pulling that with some confidence right there, wow.
And the Dutchmen have got to get something rolling. Quillen back out to Miller from 3. No good. And the freshman not shooting at a high percentage back there. Quillen try 3. Good. Nothing but net. Off the offensive rebound. And exactly what we talked about, Ryan. The Pioneers have got to get the boards on the defensive half of the ball. Stop giving the Dutchmen second chance opportunities.
Quillen, like you said, connecting there. Quiet 16 for him here tonight.
Got a lot of hot hands and pulling up. No good there from number 1, Jake Singleton. Yeah, multiple people with 15, 16 points here. Quillen up and under off the glass. And a quick 5 points for him within the first 2 minutes of this one. Price around a defender, up, throwing it off, almost an and one, and it goes down hard. And Quillen, his foul, that'll be his 3rd. And he's got to be careful, Ryan. Really the hot hand, the main scorer out here for the Dutchman up to this point, already with 3 fouls.
Yeah, Quillen really the only one getting anything to go on the offensive end, and he's yet to miss here tonight. 8 for 8 from the field.
Yeah, very good percentage, obviously. Perfect percentage from the field, and Price will shoot 2 from the line, trying to extend that past the 20-point margin again. A 20-point lead as Sam Carlson checks back in for Eli Schoonfeld. Senior checking in for the senior. And Price will try to knock down his second from the line. And 14 for 14 from the line. Pioneers shooting at a perfect percentage so far. Miller a little bit of ball handling issues. Keep it. Mims at the top of the key. Kicks out to Quillen. Quillen with one in his face. Bang! Quillen, 21 points.
He's got 21 and is shooting at a very impressive clip from behind the arc.
And the Dutchmen have got to continue feeding Quillen. and he's got to stay and get out of foul trouble. And Price driving, blocked by Quillen. 17 to shoot.
And really nice defensive possession right there from Quillen, getting switched onto a guard and able to keep him in front, wait for him to rise up and then go swat that ball.
Yeah, very scary there for the Dutchman. If he would have fouled there, that would have been 4 fouls. Obviously not good with 17 minutes left to play. Bradshaw with it now, 12 to shoot, over to Decker. Main in to Wagenfeld, and not able to connect on the floater. Dutchman basketball lead now is 18 for the Pioneers.
Yeah, and the Dutchman coming out, getting it clicking a little bit on the offensive end, and we'll see if they can continue to feed Gabe Quillen. I mean, man, he's been the hot spark for this team. Got to get him the basketball and get him involved while everyone else is cold.
Yeah, Ryan, I like the Miller-Quillen pick and roll here. And this time Carlson pick and roll in the face, no good. First miss on the night, defensive rebound from Singleton.
And anytime your first miss of the game comes in the second half alone, let alone a few minutes in when you got 21 points, you know you're having yourself a good offensive night. It's just a shame it doesn't reflect better for the squad on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you said it right there, Ryan. Second half, first miss, very good, especially when you're pulling from 3. And he gets fouled going up. That one will go to number 5, Frank Wagenfeld, the senior. And Gabe Quillen will shoot 2 more. Wagenfeld's first on the evening. Pilata coming back in for the Pioneers. And Newhouse, the sophomore, the Grand Rapids native, for the Dutchman. Quillen, his first, just in and out. And a huge miss there in favor of the Pioneers. Jack Main checking out, and Parker Hovey. Eli Schoonfeld checking in. 0 for 2 from the line is Quillen. And 2 huge misses for this Pioneers team. Obviously still up by 18, but struggling a little bit to start on the offensive half. And Bradshaw comes up and under. Easy 2 points for him.
And I love that hesitation dribble there, right about the elbow from Bradshaw. Giving a little hesitation with a look. Making the defense make a decision, and then taking it to the rack for the 2.
And kick out to number 32, Simon Newhouse, the sophomore, entering this one quickly and making his presence known. Lead at 17 now. Wagenfeld thought about it. Mims falling, Price driving. Kick out to Bradshaw with one in his face, way long from the corner. And Ryan Marietta cooling off a little bit from the 3-point line. Wow, surprised Quillen did not shoot that one wide open at the top of the key. Miller with it, 10 seconds to shoot, kick over to Newhouse. Newhouse corner to Mims, 6 to shoot. Mims now with it, pull back jumper from 3, bang!
Wow! These Dutch are heating up, and a 25-point lead is phased to 14.
And Ryan, something about this left side of the court in relation to where we're sitting is just the hot shooting side, I guess. The Dutchman hot to start this one, and we're only 5 minutes in this one. Looking forward to immediate timeout soon, and Pilata over to Singleton, driving up and under.
And a nice take from the little fella there. Jake Singleton going up with the left, taking the hit, even though no call, still able to finish. But wow, on the other end, I mean, we've got some exciting basketball as Sam Carlson finishes the up and the under with the left. And this lead is shrinking.
Yeah, very much so. Ryan thought it could have been a foul there on Pilata. Getting a lot of hand there, but no call as Carlson goes down. But whatever Coach Greg Mitchell of the Dutchman said to this squad at halftime is clearly working. And that deficit down to 14, obviously you got to continue to chip away at it. But also at the same time, the Pioneers have got to find a way to defend better and go back to find some sort of an opportunity where you're finding the hot hand, even if it's not 100% the three-point shots. You know, you got to find those mid-range, got to find the layups, continue putting points on the board because the Dutchmen are doing it at a very high rate right now.
Yeah, they are, and we knew it was a matter of time. I mean, like we said, an embarrassing first half showing for them offensively. A program that holds themselves to a higher standard, a top 25 team, ranked 23rd in the country, coming in, just did not shoot the basketball how we knew they were capable of and score the basketball and just play their offense as a whole the way they were capable of. But man, they're showing why they were ranked number 23rd in the country coming into this contest today.
Yeah, completely different team than we saw in the first half are the Dutchmen. And looking now, both of these squads coming out, flood into the game for the Pioneers, trying to get some things going. Maine will be inbounding to Flood. Along with that, Ryan Magel, the senior, also in number 44. Handoff try there from Maine to Flood. Back out to Bradshaw. In the paint, Pilata. Shot fake. Gets off the glass.
And flexing on him there, too. Showing some muscle down low. So strong is the big fellow.
Yeah, getting really moving Quillen out of the way on that try. And Quillen with it now. Would not be surprised if he takes it himself. He does, up and under, and a foul there on Pilata.
And kind of looked like a travel there. I mean, might have changed his pivot feet a couple of times underneath, but a missed call. Yeah, maybe there just a little bit as we're going to head into immediate timeout.
As Pilata picks up his second one. Very straight up on that defense right there. So an interesting foul call there, but nonetheless, we'll have our first media timeout of this one. So a minute more with us here as we see one of our teammates mopping the floor all the way out in the three-point line. Both of these teams getting very physical to start this second half, and really like that the referees are really allowing them to play through a lot of contact so far.
Yeah, definitely allowing it to be a physical basketball game, but anytime that you're just pounding the ball inside like both of these teams are right now, we're seeing the Pioneers go back to just getting the ball inside like we saw right there, getting the basketball inside to Pilata and him going up and finishing, flexing on the defender. And man, it's been physical underneath, and we'll see, and I expect that to continue, but a high-scoring matchup here. I mean, 70 to 54, and we still got 13 minutes to play. I mean, we might well get well into triple digits here the way that both of these teams have been playing defense.
Yeah, Ryan, you said it right there, and normally this might be a final score for us here in Van Noord Arena, but nonetheless, we're not even midway through half number 2. And Pilata still trying to discuss with the official. Still not happy with that call, and I'm not sure I would be a little bit either. And
I mean, it looked like on the defensive end, Pilata just pulled the chair. He didn't touch him.
Yeah.
And then stumbling a little bit, going up was Quillen, but Pilata I don't think was anywhere near him making contact when the foul was called.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Ryan. And Quillen 0 for 3 second half from the stripe. So if you're the Pioneers, this is the man to foul. And Quillen's second try, good. 1 for 4 from behind the stripe, and Flood gets things going the other way. Lead down to 15. Quillen point count up to 22. Still 3 fouls. Flood kicks over to Maine.
And dropping
things going. 3-point try, no good there from Magel.
And an interesting defensive setup here from the Dutch, dropping into a 2-3 zone as the shooting touch has gone cold to the Pioneers. Not allowing him to get inside, making him beat him from deep, and a couple of nice defensive rotations there and a couple of missed shots as Quillen comes down with that rebound. Proves to be effective.
Yeah, Ryan, the one thing I would say it's a little bit interesting on the 2-3 zone is leaving the top of the key there, and an opportunity there, no good. Offensive rebound, or defensive rebound, excuse me, for Pilata, but leaving the elbows where the Marietta College Pioneers are hot, pretty much wide open. If an opportunity for Jack Maine to rise up there. And a three-point try there from Flood, no good. Almost an offensive rebound, just not to be handled there by Ryan Magel.
Yeah, Ryan, we're hot in the first half. I mean, shooting at an absurd clip, like we said, shooting 82% from behind the stripe and in half number 1. But, man, it's been ugly watching them shoot the basketball here in number 2. So, I mean, if I'm the Dutchman, I could just leave that open. I mean, like we've seen there, since they switched to the 2-3 zone, 3 missed shots from the top of the key.
Ryan, I really want to see what would have happened if the Dutchman would have dropped into a 2-3 zone in the first half. I want to see how many points this Marietta College squad could have put up. Flood guarding the freshman Miller, kicking over a few times and then over to Mims. Mims driving, and just an interesting drive there, getting the ball batted out of his hands, a few steps. Maybe a little bit of vacation time there for him, and Flood bringing it up after a Mims shot goes in. Flood pressured by Mims, loses control of it, 14 seconds to shoot. Three-point try there, no good. Offensive bat out. And going for the ball was Flood as Decker makes contact, and that'll be a foul on the Pioneers, all the way up to 5 fouls again. In foul trouble here early on. The lead now only 13. Decker with it. Inbounds to the freshman Miller. Decker hands off to Mims. Decker with it again. Playing back and forth. Mims guarded by Bradshaw, driving up and blocked off the glass by Jaden Bradshaw.
Wow. Rising up and saying, not today.
And corner three there from Magel, no good. An offensive rebound at first. And going the way of the Pioneers. Some hustle play there from Magel after multiple missed tries from behind the arc. Darius Carden checking in for Ryan Magel as we'll have a media timeout here with 11:31 left to play. And Marietta College, the hand going cold a little bit. The Dutch, like you said, dropping into the 2-3 zone.
And man, has it been a tale of two stories in terms of scoring the basketball for these Pioneers. I mean, everything going right. I mean, converting at an absurd rate in that first half, shooting 56.3% overall from the field, 82% from behind the arc, and 100% from the free throw line, just scoring at will. And then here, just unable to get literally anything going.
Yeah, you said it right there, not able to get anything going. The shot's not falling from the three-point line, and the Dutch trying to continue to force those tries. Obviously, their percentage going way down here in half number 2, and the Dutchman finding an offensive spark, obviously scoring 21 so far through only 8.5 minutes of action, almost doubling their first half score. And we'll get things going on the baseline. Flood will be inbounding under his own basket. And up and over to
a nice pass.
And off the glass there.
Beautiful inbound play right there as Bradshaw finding Wagenfeld underneath, Ryan.
Yeah, beautiful find, beautiful opportunity. And again, surprised Quillen did not shoot that one. Obviously the hot hand, really the main point scorer from the Dutchman. Opportunity to find Bradshaw for a wide open dunk after a turnover from the Dutchman, and trading turnovers back and forth. And 15-point lead right now for the Pioneers. And Diavion Price will head back in for Danny Flood. Still a little under 11 minutes of action left to be had, and The Dutch will, this time, will inbound under their own rim. Ovi passing to Schoonfeld. Decker with it at the top of the key, 14 to shoot. Screened by Quillen, over to Hoovie. Miller from three. That one good, and the freshman finally hitting from deep. Price dribbling it up. 12-point lead. Dutchmen continue to chip away. Bradshaw back over to Price. Long pass over, trying to beat this 2-3 zone. Bradshaw driving against it. Step back, back out to Wagenfeld. 7 to shoot underneath the hoop. And mauled going up there. Jack Main, he'll shoot 2.
And a really nice find underneath. Wagenfeld finding Main.
And the Dutchman a little bit more cautious here, and Quillen picks up his 4th foul on the evening, and no substitutions over. See Coach Greg Mitchell kind of shrug his shoulders over there. So would not be surprised if he stays in this one. First free throw missed. And Jack Main, and never mind, Simon Newhouse will come in for Gabe Quillen, the senior, as he picked up his 4th. And Ryan, I love the Pioneers being a little bit more cautious with their shot opportunities here. Obviously cooling off a little bit from 3, 0 for 2 from the free throw line there. And just moving the ball around, finding somebody right in the inside on the paint. Price guarding Miller, Miller up, off the glass and in. That 10-point lead here for the Pioneers. Price quickly the other way, inside feed. And one there for Josh Decker. And he'll head to the line once again, and a great feed there by number 2, Diavion Price.
Yeah, and Maine just getting inside there, taking the hit and finishing there through the contact.
Yeah, doing a very good job at that. Trying to extend this lead back to 13 now. Jack Main, the senior, out of Winter Garden, Florida. 11 points on the afternoon so far. And again, another missed free throw. Offensive rebound, though, for the Pioneers. Turnover. Steal there by Josh Decker. Kicking over to Brady Miller, the freshman. Finding Schoonfeld inside. Back out to Hoovie. And a foul there called. No more fouls to give for this Pioneer squad. Number 24, Jaden Bradshaw, taking it there. That's his 3rd. So obviously Bradshaw in foul trouble now. Got to be careful. Obviously we saw a lot of hot shooting from him early in the first half. Long pass. Brady Miller on the inbound, guarded by Price. Double team driving now. Schoonfeld, kick out to the corner, 3. Newhouse from 3.
And stepping into that shot with some confidence. Right there was Simon Newhouse, the Grand Rapids, Michigan native.
Wow, Ryan, and these squads blow for blow right now. And Carden feeding in. Mid-range jumper, good there for Frank Wagenfeld.
And Wagenfeld's got 20 now, and he's been such a consistent scorer here tonight. Really the reason that these Pioneers have this lead.
Yeah, Ryan, in my opinion, need to feed him a little bit more, especially there at the top of the key. He's clearly his spot. And a deep try there. No good. Rebound from Bradshaw. And Ryan, Josh Decker loves the shot from downtown.
Frank thought about it there.
And I would have loved to see it. Bradshaw gets off the tip, pull up. Good there from Jaden Bradshaw. And just like that, 13-point lead once again for the Pioneers.
And get Bradshaw the mid-range, it's automatic.
Big floater shooter there, Jaden Bradshaw. 8 minutes left to play. Hand off to Miller, double team. That one will head the way of the Dutchman. And a media timeout once again. Laundry Pilata, the senior, checking in. And both of these teams coming over. Finally, a little bit more of an offensive production out of the Pioneers within the last 2 minutes. And extending their lead. It was getting scary for a second, Ryan. And both of these teams trying to draw up something. The Dutchmen trying to draw up an offense, or excuse me, an inbounding play under their own hoop. Trying to find either an easy 3 or an easy 2. Break this one down to a 10, 11-point deficit. And a very good crowd, Ryan, here in Van Noort Arena, especially here in the lower bowl. For 2 out-of-squad teams filling, I'd say about half the bowl here, if that. But definitely for 2 out-of-town teams, a fair amount of Calvin students showing up, showing out, and a lot of parents and families traveling with their squads.
Definitely.
Both teams coming out of the timeout now. Be really interesting to see what the squads are coming out. Obviously, Pilata Price, as well as Wagenfeld, Bradshaw, and number 10, Darius Carden. For the Dutchman, Miller, Mims, Quillen, Hovey, and one more in the corner, Newhouse. And Miller gets the handoff from Quillen. Back into this game with 4 fouls, 10 to shoot. Quillen, handoff to Newhouse, driving back to the corner to Mims, 5 to shoot. Mims, step back jumper, throws it up, no good. Offense or defensive rebound again there for Pilata. Swinging the ball around. And up, and under, and one.
Another.
Jaden Bradshaw.
And Bradshaw's 3rd and 1 opportunity here tonight. He's been taking the ball to the rack, absorbing contact well, making sure to finish as well as give himself an opportunity at the line. Well done.
Yeah, really good job there. Going for the 3-point play. Newhouse heads off with a bloody nose. And quickly checking back on Sam Carlson. Trying to extend the lead to 16 now with 7.5 remaining. Bradshaw from the line. And completing the 3-point play. Up to 81 points, 7.5 left to play. And Ryan, it feels like the Pioneers a little bit more comfortable here in half number 2. And Quillen again, thinking about it, not pulling from behind the arc. Pick and roll, 3 defenders on him, kicks out to the corner. 3-point try, way short. Offensive rebound for Quillen, up and no good. And now it'll head to Jaden Bradshaw. That'll be his 4th foul of the afternoon, so he'll head off, 7 minutes to play. And unfortunate for him, especially the hot shooter. 22 points up until this point, 16-point lead right now, and Quillen only 1 for 4 from the line in half number 2.
Make that 1 for 5, the lowest from the line. Continue, and although he's played well tonight, had 22 points, I mean, he's probably given up those 22 points back on the defensive end between guarding multiple different Marietta Pioneers. I mean, Frank Wagenfield put on a clinic there, having to get switched off of him in the first half, then 1 for 5 from the free throw line. So although looking good on the stat sheet, kind of been a rough game.
Yeah, you said it right there. Obviously giving up a lot of points on the defense, fouling a lot, and then only 2 for 6 from the line. Definitely not a great percentage to be shooting from the line, but nonetheless shooting a very high percentage everywhere else, and dropping back into the 2-3 zone, and a hook shot there from Pilata, in and out. Offensive rebound for Wagenfeld, no good for both of those tries. And the lead's still 15. Mims handoff to Miller, thought about it, pull-up jumper just off the back of the rim. Slowing things up, Price and Singleton. And obviously, Ryan, really good to slow things up. Good decision there from Coach Vanderwall.
Yeah, you're up 15. You don't got to play fast. You can run some time off the clock. The clock is your friend right now. And just focus on a good shot is, I don't know what Landry Paleta was thinking right there, but knocked out and a gift as the Pioneers retain possession of the basketball.
Yeah, just missing that pass by a little bit. And Landry Paleta heads off of this one, and Jack Main back in. Carden streaking off, 4 seconds to shoot, passes back, up and under, off the rim, no good. Tip try.
Back. Wow.
Carden off the try from Maine.
Nice job by Carden there to follow that shot attempt. I thought Maine was going to finish the first one downhill. I think everyone in the gym did.
Yeah, just going a little bit too far to his right at a little bit too quick of a pace, just hitting off the rim. And once again, the Dutchman will turn it over on the sideline. So I want to say that's about their 4th time just stepping out of bounds. And a 3-point try from Singleton, no good. Carden trying to get the offensive board, 5.5 left to play. Miller passing over to Hoovy. Mims now with it, driving. Pass over to Miller. Hovey into Quillen. Quillen driving, 7 to shoot. Wow, I do not know about that one. A reach in there for Jack Main. And now we'll go to Darius Carden, his 2nd on the evening. So a 1-and-1 try here for Quillen. And if you want anybody at the line for a 1-on-1, Quillen's the one that you want. Quillen up to 23 right now. Knocks down his first of the 1-and-1 try. Still 4 fouls. Doing a much better job, playing a little bit safer on this defensive end throughout the back half of half number 2. Quillen's 2nd try, good. Redeeming himself from the line, 2 for 2 in that trip. And Price now moving the ball up the floor over to Singleton. Corner to Carl. Carden finding Main inside, fadeaway jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Carden, offensive rebound, into the corner to Carden from 3, bang! And wow, getting it done himself there, Ryan. Offensive board and then a corner 3. Lead is extended once again.
The confidence from Carden there on that quick trigger, as he almost had a block on the defensive end. Man, he's fired up.
Yeah, feeling good about himself there. And that'll be number 11, Jack Main's 2nd foul of this one. And no more fouls to give until the double bonus now for the Marietta College Pioneers. 4.5 left to play, and if you're the Dutchman, you got to get some things rolling. As Parker Hovey knocks down his first, Jaden Bradshaw with 4 fouls checks in for number 1, Jake Singleton. Hovey not good on his 2nd rebound from Maine. Price slowing things up well. Deficit now 16. Price into and a missed pass there to Jaden Bradshaw from Jack Main. Turnover, and a rare turnover at that for the Pioneers.
Yeah, the Pioneers have prioritized possession, prioritized taking care of the basketball, and I think that's a big reason why the scoreboard looks the way it does in favor of them.
Yeah, I totally agree, Ryan. And ball from Miller gets into Quillen. Shot fake, driving, spinning, fadeaway try off the front of the rim, grabbed by Wagenfeld. Lead still 16. Price. Pass over. In now to Wagenfeld, up and in.
And Wagenfeld
off the glass.
Staying solid. He's got 22 now.
With Bradshaw.
Him and Bradshaw both with 22 apiece.
Just an offensive clinic out here from the Pioneers, and another turnover for the Dutchman. It's Carden. Grabs that one, sends it over to Price. We got 3 minutes left to play. And the hope for Hope is starting to fade away. Jump try, no good for Wagenfeld. Tip try for Carden, and in, and wow. He is showing out here on some limited time on the floor, but making his presence known. Lead now at 20. Pass, and an opportunity for Wagenfeld. Throw down! Lead 22. And Wagenfeld 24 points. And Mims now up. Bradshaw, very smart there, going up, challenging, but not so much where he's gonna draw his 5th foul of the game. Lead still back down to 20 points, and Ryan, the Marietta College Pioneers, really shutting it down, putting it away right there.
And you know what? Basketball's a game of runs, right? I mean, started with a very comfy cushion, a comfortable lead going into that second half, and kind of lost it there. I mean, Hope clawing their way all the way back to about 12 points there after being down 25. Going on that 13 pretty much scoring run right there, cutting that lead. But I'll tell you what, it's been the way that the Pioneers have responded here in the late half of the second half has been fantastic, and pushing that lead back up to 20. And although not shooting the basketball as efficiently and as well as they did, I mean, you knew the way they shot that basketball in the first half. Perfect from the free throw line, an 82% clip. That was just simply an unrealistic goal moving into the second half, and you knew that Hope was gonna hopefully start knocking down shots. They're way too good of a basketball team not to. But the Pioneers did a great job of not freaking out, not panicking, not responding, taking care of the basketball still, playing good defense, not allowing second chance points, and really honing in on the only offensive bright spot, Gabe Quillen, for the Dutch. And man, Quillen's left quite a few points at the line and given up quite a bit on the defensive end.
You said it right there. Obviously, the leading scorer for this Dutchman, but also giving up a bunch, especially to the Pioneers' leading scorer of Frank Wagenfeld. And dribbling it out, still playing kind of an extended 2-3 zone. Passing over to Bradshaw, thought about a drive, 8 seconds to shoot, 6 to shoot, wants to drive. He does, pull-back jumper from Bradshaw, just off the back of the rim, no good, 2 to play. Mims, driving, kick out, 3-point try from Hoovey, no good. Hovey not able to hit that one, almost a turnover. Hovey blocked there from Bradshaw. And an over and back call from the Hope Dutchman. 142 to play with a 20-point lead. And a bunch of substitutions for the Dutchman. Number 5, Orion Yant, the freshman, entering in this one, as well as number 31, Brett Boltzma. And number 22, Devin Marathi. Starter still in for Marietta. 3-point try, good from Jaden Bradshaw. And he takes that one right back, 25 points for the junior. And Ryan only 6 points away from triple digits right now, as Boltzma driving, looking for opportunities. Kicks out to number 5, Yant. No good. Rebound from Price. Bradshaw calling forward in the corner. Price dribbling it out. Under a minute left to play. And substitutions coming in for the Pioneers. Price driving, backdoor cut, thought about an alley-oop try to Bradshaw. And that'll be 2 shots here from the stripe for the senior, Diavion Price. And Price knocks that one down, and a plethora of substitutions as they all come out. Wagenfeld extremely happy with his night. I would be too, Ryan. Ethan Hahn, as well as Sawyer Thompson coming in. Elijah Hudson checking in for Price as Hayden Jarrett. And number 34, Eric Chapman. And the reserves in for both of these squads now. Driving to the hoop, kicking out to the corner, 3-point try. Boltzma, no good. And a full court press here, and just gonna dribble it out is number 23, Hayden Jarrett, the sophomore. Guarded by Devin Marathe. And that one will do it. Your final score, 96-71, in an offensive clinic here from the Marietta College Pioneers. And wow, Ryan, what a performance, what an opportunity. Some big-time scorers.
Yeah, and an efficient night scoring the basketball here for the Pioneers, and that efficiency on the offensive end really propelled them to the victory. Wow. I mean, between Bradshaw, Wagenfeld, and so many supporting cast just really getting involved on the offensive end, it was an impressive offensive performance from the Pioneers here tonight.
And folks, stick with us here. A quick interview with Coach John Vanderwall in his 18th season here at Marietta College, coming at you soon, hearing from the man himself. Obviously jumping back, bouncing back from their game yesterday, and just an offensive clinic, big time scoring from the Pioneers, and exactly what we talked about was going to happen at the beginning of the game.
And man, just looking at that final stat sheet here tonight, 25 points for Gabe Quillen for the Hope Dutch. And now joining me is head coach John Vanderwall, head coach of the Pioneers. Coach, congratulations on the victory. Thanks. Here tonight. And it really just seemed like you guys were in control from start to finish, jumping out thanks to some incredible shooting in that first half. That was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, we shot lights out. I mean, we felt like we got blitzed last night by Lacrosse. Yeah. Lacrosse last night played kind of like we did tonight. Hope's got a really good team.
Yeah.
We were just, for whatever reason, clicking on all cylinders today. You know, it helps when your 6'8" centers out there raining threes, kind of spaces things out, gives everybody else some confidence. You know, once you see it go through the hoop a couple times, and it can be contagious.
Yeah, and that efficiency, like you mentioned, from Wagenfeld and Bradshaw. I mean, both of them shooting at such a high clip tonight. Anytime you can get 49 combined points out of those guys, as well as shooting the basketball. I mean, 8 for 11 from the field for Bradshaw, and then 9 for 14 from Wagenfeld. I mean, that's just absurd numbers.
Those two guys had monster games. You know, we're going to need them to play well if we're going to be a top team in the country like we want to be.
Yeah.
We need those guys to play better and play well. And you know, I thought defensively we were better today. That's our big thing. We've been really good on offense this year.
Yeah.
We've just got to get better defensively and in rebounding wise. You know, we ended up tied with rebounds today. I thought Hope beat us to a lot of loose balls today that we got to kind of clean up.
Yeah, and I think that consistency on the defensive end, because, I mean, coming out those first few minutes as you guys jumped out to that run, you guys forced several turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean, causing a lot of turnovers. I mean, that was a lot of fun to watch, and I feel like when you guys play that good defense, it really fuels your offensive engine.
Yeah, it sure does. Everything's contagious, and we played with some real heart and some toughness today. We were more aggressive. We wanted to be the more aggressive team today.
Yeah.
Both of these teams really needed to get a win today after what happened yesterday, and we've got a 7.5-hour bus ride home, and this will make that a little bit better.
Definitely. I mean, 5 turnovers, too, as a squad, really just prioritizing possession and then causing and forcing 13 on the other end and being able to convert in transition, whether that's, you know, like you're saying, hitting your 6'8" big man who's raining threes as the trailer or whatever. But, man, fantastic job taking care of the basketball and tonight, coming on, putting on a show, and have a safe trip home.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for everything.
And, I mean, there you heard it. I mean, when you have a 6'8" big man raining threes, making it rain from behind the arc on the hot shooting hand, and only 5 turnovers. And, I mean, 5 turnovers for the Pioneers compared to 13 on the other end. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, a lot of fun to watch, no doubt about it. And that'll wrap up this one. Obviously, huge offensive scoring production. The Dutchmen just not able to kind of overcome that turnover margin, like you mentioned there with Coach Vanderwall, and just not able to get the hot hands going there. Please make sure to stick with us as we have Johns Hopkins and the University of Wisconsin lacrosse coming at you at game time in 25 minutes. So we hope you stick with us for a high-touted matchup between these two teams and a very interesting game here. We hope you stick with us. We'll catch you guys next time. And if you're a Pioneer or a Dutchman, thank you guys for tuning with us. Stay safe. God bless out there. Have a good night.